The next trend that I'd like to explore with you is this idea behind Marc Jacobs runway, this eclectic, familiar, very vintage 1960s inspired trend. Vogue is calling it sweet emotion, which is very vague, but it's the idea of mixing your favorite familiar pieces in your closet with the new and the feminine, okay? Better way is to just show you, so instead of showing you pieces, I'm showing you complete looks together. The idea behind it is mixing, it's bringing a lot of the other inspirations from spring into it, but it's mixing the kind of like fun feminine float that you get in a I don't know, 1960s dress or in your favorite summer dress, and pairing it back to lots of layers that have over embellishments, frays, very romantic, very playful, very emotional clothes, okay? The bomber jacket is really, really important in this trend, which is what this is by Rebecca Taylor. There's also patchworking and fray in it. Texture is really, really important in this trend, okay? So it's kind of making it whatever you want to make it. Go look in your closet and find some really interesting, fun patterns that you have and try and mix it into this trend. It could be a skirt and top and a jacket, but it's all about layering, okay? It's also all about a defined waistline. So the one key about this trend is that everywhere in the look, there has to be an exaggerated high defined waistline. Otherwise, all the layering and all the pattern completely overwhelm you and you're not able to pull it off, okay? Also, if you're petite, you might want to be doing a little bit of a shorter hemline or doing a heel or some sort of platform wedge so you're able to lengthen your body enough to carry off this trend, okay? I'm only doing this trend with 2 pieces here to show you that it's really, really simple. So this jacket is something that you might easily wear back to a t-shirt and jeans, no problem at all, no thought of it. And then this little dress by, I think this is Rebecca Taylor. No, this is by Derek Lam. This is a really adorable dress that you could wear out to dinner with your husband, or this could be something that you'd wear out to drinks with the girls or whatever on a vacation. By putting them together, you're getting a really interesting new look and you're changing it for the season, okay? If that's a bit too much, or if you live in Florida full time and it's 110 degrees in the summer, you can always do it with this and some accessories, okay? So you can just keep it simple with the dress by Derek Lam, and we could get that same kind of patchworky, fun, found look by adding a handbag. This is a Marc Jacob bag. It's only $800. I love the style that it's doing for you because you could wear an entirely all white outfit and still have a really punchy look. But by pairing it back to this dress, you're getting that same look you got with the bomber jacket. Another combo that I wanted to flash at you would be this. So if you really love the 70s inspiration that I was showing you at the beginning with denim, you could do this little calypso kind of army jacket that is just overly embellished with embroidery and with beading, and pair it back to this Trace Reese yellow and acid green kind of tie-dye-ish little dress. By doing this, you have a little waistline detail from the dress, and you have this funky oversized jacket on top. This is great for someone maybe is a little bit more top heavy and their legs are their best feature and they want to show them off, because the jacket gives you this really oversized look and takes responsibility for how much coverage you have. The last little pairing is a little more modern and also very 1960s. So we're doing a basic little Diane von Furstenberg bright orange shift dress that we could easily transition into fall next year, and pairing it with a 3.1 Philip Lim gingham, really transparent white bomber jacket. Again, if you live in warmer climates, this will be really easy for you to add into your everyday life or everyday closet. By putting them together, it gives you a little more of a funk, and we can always put this back to, instead of a normal little nude pump, we could do it back to a Loaf Lorandal tasseled little block heel, okay? By doing the tasseled block heel, it's a little bit out of the box, and that also gives you that feeling of that sweet emotion, that romantic, that found kind of look. Very, what did Vogue say? Estate sale, okay? You could go as extreme or as simple as you want with this trend, but I love that the bomber jacket always gives you that defined waistline and gives you a little more of a hard edge. It's a great way to, it's a great way to reinvent your girly dresses that you have already in your closet. I also wanted to introduce, while I'm talking about this trend, a new designer that I found. I felt like she really represented this trend very well. Her name is Mary Smallwood. She's based out of Naples, Florida, and I love using her pieces for this trend, again, as a layer, instead of doing a jacket layer on top of a dress, by putting this really interesting prayer bead and Buddha necklace with the found stone over this adorable Derek Lam dress. I feel like it gives you that same look and gives you that funky, unexpected layer, but it's still really light and airy, so you could wear it during the day without dying. We could put this back to a funky Chloe platform sandal, and it would give you that same kind of feel. And again, we're doing a little lace finish on the leather, so you have texture everywhere. It's really overwhelming and really fun, okay? We could also do an Emma Sony piece. Emma Sony did a fantastic collection this season with lots of knits. Well, Emma Sony's always knits, but like really chunky knits, so that looks more like raffia. There's lots of different like tonal collections in them. And I love this because it does have the waistline, but it's giving you that T length. We could do it back to the same chunky little sandal, and another one of Mary Smallwood's necklaces, and it'd be a really, really fun way to capture the trend. I wanted to mention again that bomber jackets are really, really important. I love the Philip Lim and the Rebecca Taylor jacket that I grabbed. But if that white gingham was a bit too much for you, there's also this other dark denim Philip Lim that'd be great. And again, for us who live in Florida and we'd love to be current with the trend but might not want to layer so much, this is a great light lambskin bomber that's sleeveless. That would be a really great way for us to capture that layer and still get that exaggerated waistline detail, but not have to worry about covering our sleeves. It covers just enough so that it makes us comfortable, but we're not dying in heat. And I love that there's even a little detail here in silver that will just like finish it just enough. I want to mention briefly that another part of this trend is kind of this like Latin inspiration. So a lot of this is more patchworky and more vintage and found, but if you loved the Latin inspiration for the season, you could always do it back to a jacket like this or mix it with different textures that are a little more romantic. So these two pieces are from Alice and Olivier, and they're actually meant to go together, which is fantastic if you're 6 foot tall and walking a runway. But if you're living life, I feel like this jacket would be fantastic over a simple little, you know, shift, or like maybe even back to a black culotte to make it a little more interesting. And this skirt is another way that we could be finished with a little off the shoulder white blouse, okay? This is by Nordstrom Signature Carolina Isa. And again, this is Alice and Olivier. This is a really exaggerated skirt, but I feel like this would make such an impact for hosting a dinner at our house or going on a trip. I mean, this is gonna be something you can wear in warm weather without being too overwhelmed. This is also by Alice and Olivia. It's a little off the shoulder, kind of 1980s Romancing the Stones throwback dress, which I absolutely love, that we could either put with a heel for day, or we could throw on a fun little raffia Stella McCartney bag, and again, that same little La Florandel shoe, and be out and about when we're on vacation or when we're shopping for the day. So think outside of the box, think about what kind of patterns you gravitate towards. Think about what you would actually wear again in the years to come in your closet and add them together. And if you need help mixing patterns, that's why I'm here. So no worries.